Here we go.
You're gonna start with your Barry White intro.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Philip Reed, and I am the President and CEO of Phoenix National Business Group. Today, I'm going to give a presentation as to what my company does, what we stand for, and what we are about. Phoenix National Business Group is an online marketing, media, and production company that produces websites, professional social media platforms, and online video productions for companies, places of worship, and entrepreneurs. Our programs also includes a unique series of talk shows and online events that empower the public with information that will improve their lives, with positive, uplifting messages reflecting the love of God and His vision of grace and restoration for the world. We have and are pulling together a network of entrepreneurs and leaders that seek to change the world with the fundamental belief that without hope, dreams die. Not only do we develop and produce these programs, we also establish platforms for distribution through our social media presence, which has thousands of viewers throughout the internet. We also have our own channel, PNN, Phoenix National Network, that goes out to millions of people across the world on Roku and Amazon TV. Our motto is, when you win, we win, because we believe in helping normal people and businesses do extraordinary things by developing, creating, and publishing their ideas to the world. This is what Phoenix National Business Group does, and we do it proudly. If you would like more information about the services and products that we offer, please feel free to visit our website at phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com, or you could give us a call at 914-297-PNBG. That is 914-297-7624. We do look forward to hearing from you, and see you soon. Phoenix National Business Group is now offering their online services on Roku and Amazon TV for only $99.99 per month. This is a limited time offer, so give us a call at 914-297-7624 for more information, or visit our website at phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. That is phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. See you soon. All right. So we are back again.
That wasn't Springsteen. That's more like a Gary Moore blues. You know what? Frank would know more about that music than I would. What would you call that, Frank?
Oh, it was blues. It was definitely blues. It was well done. Well done, Philip. Really well done.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Frank. Really appreciate that.
It was in that Keb Mo kind of feeling.
Yeah.
You know Keb Mo?
No.
Oh, you should look him up. He's fabulous. You'll like him.
And I like the Barry White voiceover. Love you, baby, baby, love you, baby.
Yeah, you know.
I once came off a plane and Barry White was on it, and I shook his hand. It was like shaking the hand of a shovel. my hand disappeared in his hand.
Oh, wow.
We had huge hands. It was amazing. Yeah. Very sweet guy.
So I'm going to introduce our guest for today. Not really a guest. Everybody knows him. Frank Coppola. He's on today. We're going to we're going to play the focus game. And I am bidding to win the game. Oscar is on the line and Mona. So I have a big competition going on between me and Oscar. And those of you who want me to win, just say, Phil, we want you to win. If you want Oscar to win, you can say Oscar is going to win. But, you know, we know Mona is smarter than the both of us. So we're going to try to block her out.
Smarter than the three of us put together. So.
Exactly. So, you know, the superior minds can't play.
She's the strong force in this game.
Yeah, exactly, right? She's the strong force.
Who let an adult in a room? What's the matter with you?
But without any further ado, we really want to hear what Frank has to say. So, Frank, we're going to turn it over to you from here. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Frank Coppola. My company is called The Fearless Entrepreneur. I work with entrepreneurs, business people, small business people, corporate people, and we specialize with adults with ADD. It's a media company. We also have a division that is Your Brand Music. So we write music for companies and help them brand musically. And I want to talk today about focus. The number one issue in business that has companies struggling is focus. The other one is procrastination. When you have both of those in your business, you're in trouble. So I decided that how could I talk about focus in a fun kind of way and that people could learn through that. So I created something called the focus game. 6 steps to 6 figures. If you don't know the rules, you can't play the game. Focus on wealth. So I'm going to move over into a PowerPoint and I'll take you through this. And here we are. Share. And slideshow from the beginning. So it's called the focus game. If you don't know the rules, you can't play the game. 6 steps to 6 figures plus, and there are 12 rules. So I'm going to go through those rules and I'm going to go through each one of the steps. And this is geared specifically for business, but it can be applied to any area of your life. And the purpose here is to focus on wealth. I actually have this as a program. It's a 12-week program, but let's just go through this now. Again, it's the focus game steps and rules, and they are, first one, mindset. What does that mean? Mindset is how one is thinking. If you are dealing with beliefs that are not supporting you, then what will happen is that you will have businesses that don't support you in the way that you want to be supported. And what we want to do is that shift that mindset, shift it to something that's positive, something that's of value to you. So the rule number one, in order to do this, and in order to stay focused, you need to know what you want to stay focused on. And a focus is about paying attention. All right, that's the briefest of the definitions. So you want to know what you want. At the same time, you want to accept where you are and believe, because it is the truth, abundance is our natural birthright. And I say this because whether it's God, whether you call it God or spirit or energy or anything like that, we were born into our lives abundantly. Over time, we may be affected by our parents, the environment, grandparents, that will affect how we live our lives, all our lives, because before the age of 7, we don't have the ability to actually make choices. You know, if you ever watch kids before the age of 7, they're just fun and adorable and kind of goofy, right? By the time they get to be adults, I mean, get into like 10, 11 years old, they start to be able to understand making choices. So the first thing you want to know is, what do you want? And when I ask people, what do they want? Many times they'll say, well, I don't really know what I want. So if that's the case, it's going to be difficult for you to stay focused. Agreed? And at the same time, you need to accept where you are. So if you're in a business and you're not doing so well, that's where you start. You don't start with, I'm going to be doing well 3 months from now. No, you want to be start where you are. The rule number 2 is clear to static. You are what you say, which means your communication between the people that you deal with has to be clear, has to be positioning yourself about what your message is. That's what I mean by know what you want. As a business, you need to have a vision, you need to have a mission, and out of that mission, you have goals. Your vision is where you want to be, let's say 10 years from now. Your mission is, how would I get there? And the goals would be, what are the steps I need to take to get to my vision, to get to my mission, to get to my vision? So what you speak and the way that you speak is so dramatically important for your success. Number 3, get clear. And here we are, get focused. Clarity loves focus, and focus loves clarity. The more that you can be clear on what it is that you want to put your attention to, the greater it is. Because the more that you put your attention, it will grow. So if you're thinking in a negative kind of way, if you have negative belief systems, your negative belief systems are going to grow. But if you have, as I said, recognition that we believe that we live in an abundant world, and you put your attention to that, and you get clear on what they're about. For example, I recommend doing mantras, money mantras. So for people in business, one of the things they need to do is to get sales. So you could spend your time really getting on the phone and doing everything that you could possibly do to get sales. However, the other side is to say, God, spirit, energy, whatever you want to call it, please send me the people I was born to serve, because business is about serving people. It's not about you, it's about the people that you serve. The more that you can put your attention and focus on that, the greater the possibility of doing well in your business. I also recommend that you do money mantras. For example, I'll give you 4 of them that I say every day, morning and night. I make money wherever I go. People love to give me money. Tons of money come rushing to me from expected and unexpected places. I'm so happy and grateful now that, put in the number, X amount of dollars flows easily into my bank account this month. This is something that you would say on a daily basis until it becomes literally part of your DNA. You say this over 21 days, you will see invariably a shift of the opportunities that may be coming your way. It could be money, it could be a new job, it could be winning the lottery of like a $1 lottery. It could be any of these things. So practice these. I'll say them again. I make money wherever I go. People love to give me money. Tons of money come rushing to me from expected and unexpected places. I am so happy and grateful now that X amount of dollars flows easily into my bank account this month. Let's go on. Step 2, you need to have a skill set. A skill set is just that. You run a business. What is it that you do that other people want? So most importantly, when you're speaking, this goes along with the communication. You want to keep your promises. You want to make sure that if you promise somebody to do X, Y, and Z, you deliver on your promise. If you don't deliver on your promise, that's called incompletes. When you are incomplete in some area of your business or in your life, you will suffer. You will have difficulty. You may not even know why. So you want to keep your promises, pay very close attention to those promises. I recommend staying connected to people that you're dealing with. I also recommend at all times, use a calendar. Now, a lot of times people say, oh, I don't want to necessarily use a calendar. No, use a calendar. Warren Buffett once said, if you want to know where someone is in their life, you pay attention to their calendar and you pay attention to their checkbook. And this will tell you where you are at all times. Again, this is a conversation about focus. So we want to focus in on what our promises are, pay attention to those promises. If they're incomplete, go back and complete them, and stay connected. You want to be connected to the people that you're dealing with and your own support system. It's incredibly important to have a support system. Rule number 5, I call this the big top. Time management, organization, and procrastination. I do workshops on each one of these individually as well as an aggregate called the big top. For all those people that are all interested, I have a special paper that I've written. It's a white paper on time management. Just send me an email to my full name, Frank Coppola, COPPOLA01 @gmail.com, and I will forward that paper to you. It's an excellent, excellent paper. And it comes out of people like Warren Buffett, as well as Bill Gates and people like that. It's a very, very specific, powerful method of keeping time. Organization is just that. Find a way that you can learn how to organize, because most people don't know how to organize because no one actually ever taught them. By the way, if there's any place in your life that you're having difficulty, don't ever say to yourself, oh, I'm really not a very smart person. I'm really a stupid person. No, it's only because no one ever taught you how to do whatever it is that you want to do. And if it turns out that someone actually taught you how to organize and you're still not organized, find a person who loves to spend their time organizing. They are called organizers, or, pain in the ass people that just say, I have a friend of mine who comes into my home, and every time he comes into my home, he goes, what would be a good idea? Why don't you take the couch that's on this wall and put it on that wall, and then we could do this and do that and do this. All he loves to do is to spend his time organizing. Find someone like that who could help you. Or get an organizing buddy that when you're actually going to be able to do something that you say, I want to organize, let's say your closet, bring in someone that can help you, that can say, yeah, you want to get rid of that. No, you don't want to get rid of that. These kind of things. Procrastination, as I said, between focus and procrastination, they jeopardize your business. I do a workshop on procrastination. We can discuss that at some time in the future. Number 6, develop habits. Habits over time. Over 10 days, a habit can be moved into a routine, meaning that it's taken over that part of your body where your body wants to do this routine because the habit has literally become part of your DNA. The routine can eventually, after 90 days, become a ritual. Now, if you look at this in terms of somebody who's a runner, they say, you know, I'm going to run. So they run for 2 or 3 days, then they drop away. You see this during New Year's Eve. Oh, I'm going to run, I'm going to lose weight. About 4 days later, they stop doing it. That's not going to keep you connected. It's also not going to keep your promise. But a habit takes about 10 days for it to kick in. Then that becomes a routine, which takes another 20 days. At that point, if you do not run, your body will start telling you, will start pulling you, and start making you feel like I'm supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. This is very, very important when you're running a business. For example, businesses do not run without sales. So you want to get into the habit of doing those things that can promote sales. The last one is ritual, will take 90 days. Once that happens, very hard to break, unless you just disappear off the face of the earth. Let's go to rule 7. Above all, you are unique, whole, and complete. You, meaning just that. Anybody who spends their time saying, gee, you know, I only wish if I could be such and such and such and such. If you're criticizing yourself, there we are stuck in that negative talk. There are 2 parts of business, and especially for entrepreneurs. There's the inner part of business, meaning how you think about your business. There's the outer part of business, meaning things such as, do I have internal systems to develop to be able to deliver what I want to do? For example, Philip has put together this Phoenix Network Group, a Phoenix National Network Group. I'm sorry, Philip, I don't have the proper word there, but he's done this consistently now for about 3 months. Every day he works on it, and it's starting really to build a life of its own. If he decided at some point he didn't want to do this and then started to criticize himself, then that wouldn't be valuable to him. Business also is about value. What is the value that you bring to people? Again, please send me the people I was born to serve. What are you serving to them? You're giving them value so that they get results. Rule number 8, where do you stop? Where is that place where at the very moment that you may be moving to be successful, you stop. And at that point, you don't move forward. And literally by stopping, you've broken your ability to move forward. So by paying attention and being aware of where you stop, this can help you to move forward. This is not easy to do. All of these are not easy to do. You need someone else that you can work with, a coach, a consultant, a counselor of some sort, who can point out those areas or ask those questions that are going to move you to whatever you consider to be the next level. Whether it's you're selling widgets or whether you're selling personal growth, or whether you're selling nutrition, or whether you're selling legal opportunities for people. These things are, you must know where you stop in order for you to be successful. Let's move forward. That is mission. Step 3, mission. Step 4, message. What is it that you're saying? Is a great term I heard once upon a time. It's called make your mess your message. See, growing up, my mess was I had attention deficit disorder, but I didn't know that I had attention deficit disorder. So the great thing about attention deficit disorder is that I was literally in about 9 different businesses as coming out of being a school teacher at the same time, growing up in a restaurant. So I found pretty much everything interesting. But at the same time, it didn't necessarily keep me focused in one particular arena. So again, there's the focus. So now what I've done is taken 3 separate areas that are very powerful for me, and I've made them into one, the focus entrepreneur, specializing with adults with ADD. And I help people brand their business through music. I also bring my music into coaching with people to deepen the learning that we're doing together. So if you want to make your message, in my case, like I said, ADD, people would say, oh my God, what am I going to do? I took that and developed that into a coaching practice, and very successful coaching practice, working with individuals that have adults who have ADD. Rule number 10, offer the best, respect the rest. And there's a big one. We were born to sell. Now, what do I mean by that? Who are the best salespeople in all of the world? Babies. Babies get whatever they want if they have loving families. They cry and they get what they want. They're selling, okay? So in business, you want to offer what is the best that you have there. You want to respect the people that are around you and understand that you were born to sell. And here's the difference. Selling versus how can I help this person? Selling is not something you do to people. Selling is something you do for people. That is the most important thing you'll ever hear about sales. I learned that from my mentor, David Nagel. Selling is not something you do to people. You know, hey, you want this watch? No, if you don't like this watch, how about this watch? How about this one? You could use a watch. No, I have a watch. No, you could use a new watch. No, it's not something you do to people. It's something you're doing for people. You know what? Are you having trouble paying? Are you having trouble keeping time? Have you ever considered a watch? That's different. Rule number 11, management. In all businesses, you need a manager. And if you're an independent owner, entrepreneur, you could be the person that is a doer who does the implementation. You could be the person who is a manager of the doers. And as the CEO, you're responsible for keeping the business going and raising money to make sure that the business goes. Those are the 3 areas in business. So the management of you, understand all is in harmony, and so are you. And there is a how-to guide. We can't go through it now, we just don't have the time. But the management of you, again, is to recognize, excuse me, that when you're in a negative belief system, you may be thinking there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. The only thing that maybe you are challenged is that you're having difficulty recognizing and appreciating how much you have to give to the world. Number 6, massive action. Rule 12, I call jump off. You jump into your business wholeheartedly, and without a doubt, you are completely all into your business. If you're having difficulty understanding what business you're in, well, that's another situation. But you are really passionate about your business, or doing something, and then your passion grows out of it, it can only take place when you are in it completely. And then when you're in it, when you get a reward of some sort, celebrate. It's time to go celebrate. There's a theory that if you make $10, for example, $2 of that should go into a bank account for you. So it's a fifth of whatever the amount of money, and that bank account is your play money. Most entrepreneurs, most business people don't pay themselves first. That is the very first thing you have to learn. You pay yourself first, and then you take care of the rest. And there's always money left over. And my particular number 13 is you break the rules. You do what you can and you break the rules. As long as you understand the rules, you can break them. So this is my particular focus game. You can play this game, and I'd be glad to teach you how to play this game. It would be fun to do this. But these are the rules. And this actually came out of me watching a soccer game. I realized I had no idea what were the rules of the soccer game. And then I realized, well, that's the same thing in business. If you don't know the rules in your business, you will not succeed. So thank you, everybody. I certainly appreciate the time that you've given me. Philip, thank you. I think what I'll do is I'll just put this in escape. Or do you want to take this over, Philip? I can't hear you.
Oh, so yeah. Let's. We're gonna have just a little group discussion about what you talked about.
Yes, please.
Because that's this is a very cool subject that you brought up, and you know, I'm fully intention on winning the focus game. So you know, I got to make sure that I'm ahead.
Okay.
Am I beating Oscar so far?
I don't know.
Well, what are we playing?
The focus game, man.
So what's your question, Phil?
Ah.
Anybody have
No,
any questions?
I was taking a few notes.
I got a comment. It's funny when you're talking about soccer. There's a guy that used to say, when I worked all the way down in Costa Rica, he used to say, "You mark the field, I'll play the game."
Yeah.
And it's basically, it's like, you set the rules and let me know what they are so I can play the game. If you don't mark the field,
Mm-hmm.
there's no goal. There's no boundaries.
Exactly.
You're just running around in circles.
Exactly. So too in business. So too in life.
Yeah, I was going to say, because even in ULA we have the things that we call ULA blockers, which are blockers that are preventing us from moving forward in life. And one of the blockers is focus,
Yes.
or lack thereof.
Yes.
So even in ULA, we address, these things that are preventing us from moving forward, whether it is in life or in business. And the quote that they have at the beginning of each chapter, they have a quote, and it says, this is from Bruce Lee. It says, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times."
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yes.
I resonate very much with everything you say, and it's something that I also work with my clients with, in regaining that focus, really.
Sure.
And giving them tools on how they can do that as well.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things you said about launching.
We didn't get into the tools at this point. I was just laying out the framework of it.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to hear your tools, because I think it's amazing. It's really important.
Thank you. You were saying, Oscar?
I don't know who said it. Yeah, I don't know who said it, but basically the quote is, starting a business is like jumping off a cliff and trying to grow wings on the way down. It's a lot to do, and doing it by yourself without, without a coach, without the right support group around you. You're literally jump off the cliff and like, all right, I'm gonna grow some wings now that I'm plummeting towards the earth.
Sure.
And
Well,
but that's the thing too. I mean, is that your success is really, there's no real solo winner, right? Your success is really based around the people that you have around you as well. If you have people that are just telling you, well, you're not going to make it, that's not a great idea. You should stop right now. Do you have the money to do this? What do your mom think? What do your parents think? What do your aunt think? I mean,
Crabs in the bucket mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a crab bucket.
Eventually that can it breaks up your focus. Because now you're like, you every time you do something, you're doubting, you're questioning what you're doing. Like, oh, should I be doing this? Maybe I should just go get a job at McDonald's or something. Now, nothing wrong with that. But if that's your dream, but pursue.
It's interesting. I've heard this several different times. If you want to know where you are in the world, look at the 5 closest people that are in your life, and that'll tell you where you are in the world.
Wow. Say that again. I would like to hear that.
If you want to know where you are in the world, look at the 5 closest people that you have around you, and they'll show you where you are.
They're the gauge. Wow.
So if you want to be successful financially, find those people around you that are successful financially, that are supportive, that are there to help you get to where you want to go, and vice versa.
Right.
So too in relationships, so too in all areas of your life.
Yeah.
True. That's
so very
true.
Like you don't ask for relationship advice from a person who's been divorced 2 or 3 times, or you don't ask for financial advice or take financial advice from a well-concerned, family member who is bankrupt and is living, hand to mouth. Like you just don't. They mean well, but they have no business in letting you know how to run your life.
That's a very important piece, that they mean well, and you can't take it personally. They're just trying to.
Can you read that?
If people are doubting how far you can go so far that you can't hear them anymore.
I agree, man. Because it's like we had a message the other day that I was speaking, and it was just talking about it was not a parable, it was a story about where Jesus was going to the other side, right? And Mona was actually on the line. She heard this message, but it's so important to see that a lot of times you don't know where you're going. You don't know what the ultimate picture is going to look like. I don't think even the owner of Amazon, I don't think he knew how big Amazon was going to be, right? I mean, officially, he just really started selling books. I mean, books was his original thing. And he's like, oh, I really want to sell more than books. Look at his company now.
Yeah, well, he had a vision around the books. And as he got more involved in it,
exactly.
You know what? I can do this. Let me try this.
Right.
He has a huge vision, and he stepped into it.
Exactly.
The important thing is that he was also able to shift his focus away from only books, because if he would have stuck to books, he wouldn't have be the world, leading online sales, company they are now.
Sure.
He was able to have that flexibility to also understand that, oh yeah, we can also do coffee cups, right, and coffee, because people want that as well, and they want the what do you call it? They want the freedom of sitting in the sofa without getting dressed and doing this without going into a shop. People enjoy that.
And to be able to find unique things. Like, for example, a friend of mine told me that Lavazza coffee is really wonderful coffee. First place I went to was Amazon. Put in Lavazza coffee, boom, upstairs, up comes Lavazza coffee. And
Right.
it turns out to be really good for me. It's delicious.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, now all of us basically use Amazon on auto. I mean, I there's nothing. I would say 90% of what I have here, even just as my equipment, 90% of what I have I got from Amazon.
Yeah.
And so it just shows you that your vision may start one way, but it can expand if you tap into your creativity, the creativity that God put inside of you, right?
Yes.
You tap into that, you can tap into the impossible things that you thought were like, look at it this way, right? When we were growing up, an airplane crossing the sound barrier was almost thought to be impossible. Like, oh man, no, we can never do that. And there were all these different
Not when you have propellers.
right? Yeah, it was it's like, and all the scientists had all their different theories. Well, if we do that, the plane will explode, and if you cross the sound barrier, you might disappear. And I mean, you had all these different theories. Now it's like, if you can't make a plane that can cross the sound barrier, you're not making a plane.
It's a very good point, because when you think about it, there was the 4-minute mile.
Yes.
And nobody
Yes.
broke the 4-minute mile. It was that kind of thing that people were like, oh my God, I don't know if anybody's going to do it. And then I think his name was Bannister. He broke the 4-minute mile.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a British guy.
Within a short amount of time, everybody was breaking the 4-minute mile.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because once one person,
Right. That
Yeah.
barrier.
That's what I was going to say as well. Like the same goes for human potential. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy called David Goggins.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
toughest
basically,
man in the world.
toughest man in the world. And David Goggins was invited, I think it was to MIT, where he was talking to psychologists and researchers and everything. And these researchers were sitting there saying, there is a definite roof to human potential. That's what they were saying. Like there's a roof to human potential, whether mental or physical. And he's just sitting there saying, no, like there's not. And look at him, look at where he started and where he got. Like if you don't know about him, just go David Goggins on Google and you'll find him. He's defined any law of human potentiality. And
I got a t-shirt. I got a t-shirt that says, what would Goggins do?
My husband has the same
Goggins do?
t-shirt. My husband has the exact same t-shirt. And what he says is that when you think you've reached maximum, when you think you've reached your potential, your roof, when you think that you can't go any further, you're actually only at 45%.
Yes.
Right.
So there, like you are unlimited. You are unlimited. It's all about what Frank was talking about just now. Focus. That's the one thing that Goggins has, and that's the one thing that you need, that focus to persevere through.
You talk about people that are really extraordinary. Muhammad Ali, they asked him, how many push-ups can he do? He said, I don't know how many push-ups I can do. I start counting when it hurts.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Think about that. It sounds like a Goggins, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that Goggins did was that he broke the world record in the number of pull-ups done in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about a skinny little guy here. We're talking about a 6 foot something tall, bulky,
guy.
he's even negative buoyant. So when he goes in water, he literally sinks. So this is like, he has a lot working against him, but he broke the world record and he tried 3 times. He failed the first time, he failed the second time, and now it's on the 3rd time he did it.
Wow.
And the same thing happened with him when he broke the world record. The week after, somebody else broke it.
Yeah, interesting. Fabulous. Mm-hmm.
What are you saying, Oscar?
I forget.
His book.
I've lost my focus.
This is the focus game, Oscar. The focus game.
Play the game, man.
I'm winning. I win.
His book can't hurt me is incredible. I mean, this is a guy that went through 3 Navy SEALs trainings
My
to
God.
finally pass. I mean,
3,
one training filters out 99% of the participants, and to do it 3 times until he got it right. And you read his story, it is absolutely, it's your first thing is like, no, a human can't do that. And he's like, watch me.
But his audiobook is really good as well.
Oh yeah.
He's
Because that's a strange audiobook, because not only do they read the book, but he's there in the studio and he fills in stories.
Yeah, so it's like an audiobook / podcast where he actually gets to share and go into details in certain things that is not written in the book, which makes it even more powerful. So it's really worth a listen.
Here's the thing. There is healthy fear, which is, just realistic. If you jump off a building, chances are you're going to be splat when you hit the ground. Okay? Don't do anything stupid. But, when it comes to being creative, our mind has a way of adjusting. Without fear, our mind has a way of adjusting to pressure. Just like your muscles, it's like when you're doing muscle training, you push your muscles to a certain limit, but you have to give yourself resistance, because eventually your muscles start adapting to that weight. So you add and you adapt, and you add and you adapt. Our mind is the same way. If we hit a problem, our mind is still trying to figure out. If you look at it without fear, your mind is going to figure out, okay, I can either go through this or around this, but I'm going to get to the other side of it. Because now it's just thinking of things. It's coming up with ways of survival.
Right.
And you can do a lot with creativity.
Oh yeah.
That's been shared a quote with me the other day. He's like, you never realize how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have.
Yes. Yep.
Love all these quotes, man.
We got
to put a book together. Let's put a book together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these are some really great quotes for this event. But Frank, your presentation was amazing, man. I think this is awesome. You're going to do a book on this?
Yeah, I'm in the midst of writing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to stay tuned for that.
Subject. It's a big subject, so it's taking me a little longer to do it.
Awesome.
I want to do it not as a booklet, like Get Into Action, which is 60 pages. I want to do it as a real book.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. We want the exclusive, okay?
You got it.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Signed copy.
And yes, exactly. Signed copies for everyone. And so I'm going to ask this question one last time. Who won?
Everybody.
Yes.
Hopefully everybody won.
Yeah, it's a game that everybody can win.
I'm sorry,
Phil, Phil, that's your motto. If you win, I win.
That's it.
So
exactly.
Everybody wins.
Exactly. When you win, we win.
We win.
Right. So we encourage everyone to support each other in winning. And I think that's a great thing about our team, man. It's like we're very motivated about just encouraging each other to get to the other side. And I think that's a great vibe to have in a group of people, We
help each other. We share sometimes.
So
we steal each other's muffins.
Yeah, we steal each other's muffins. Okay, let's not talk about that. It's a very touchy subject for me. Okay,
that's rule number 8. You gotta have people around you. You can't do it alone.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally believe in that. The people around you can really help to either get you there or totally tear you down.
Exactly.
But nobody gets anywhere without somebody's help.
Yes.
Yeah,
As the
somebody's
Bee-
got to be
as the
there.
As the Bee Gees would say.
Yes, exactly. You just listen. I love the Bee Gees.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best.
I mean, is that showing our age, though, Frank?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I totally agree with you. Right?
Good music is good music.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I saw him. He came on American Idol once, and I mean, he showed everybody up. The lead singer
Gary.
Yeah. He just
Barry. Barry with the B.
yeah, he just kind of glided out. You know, they asked him to sing a song, and he came out. I mean, smoothest cat you ever saw, and just sang. I mean,
Oh yeah,
blew everybody away. Didn't say anything, just like turned around and walked off the stage.
yeah. Barry Gibbs.
He's like, I have nothing else to say. I
Wow.
did it. I said it. You know, but when you're that talented, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
But I really, really appreciate this, guys. Let's talk about what's coming up. What's going to be coming up tomorrow, because we have a few programs again tomorrow. So I believe it's Focus on You. That's with me and Oscar. Okay, we're going to be talking about just
Voting.
What's that?
I thought we're talking about voting.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Cool.
We're going to be talking about voting.
Vote
And
early, vote
putting
often.
out some information out there, how to find your your voting booth and things like that, and where you can actually go to vote, because it's crazy out there. It's crazy out there.
Can I share something?
Sure, go for it.
There was a very interesting, just happened maybe about 10 minutes ago, or actually about whatever time, but around 12 o'clock.
Mhm.
Evangelicals, the ones that Trump they supported him, really helped him get into office.
Yeah.
They all came out and said, we're not voting for this guy.
Really?
Yeah, and they came out with a video about it. They said in essence, he's not the standard that we want to have around us. We're not voting for him.
Get out of Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was disowning that band, that group, by the way. That's those event. I was disowning them.
Yeah,
for a period of time. I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, it's bipartisan too. Republicans, Democrats, Independents.
Yeah.
Do not vote for this guy.
That's
and
great.
Then they start showing certain things that he said. So
Wow.
say a prayer, everybody. Say a prayer.
Yeah, definitely that. Also, we got Fisher Fitness. He's going to be coming on talking about the value of life. Okay, the value of life, because he's doing life insurance, and he's going to give a couple tips on what they offer and everything like that.
Excellent.
So we're going to give that opportunity out there. So that's tomorrow, guys. We'll definitely see everyone then. Frank, thank you. Mona, you rock. Oscar, I'm thinking about you because
I'm here.
I'm still focused on those muffins. Okay, my focus is working. See, Frank?
I got you.